Dustin here with the BatmanUniverse.net, and I have with me Kyle Higgins. We know Kyle Higgins because he did the Night Runner backstory in the Detective and Batman annuals in December, but he also is going to be working on Batman Gates of Gotham with Scott Snyder and Trevor McCarthy coming this May. So first off, how did you get onto the Night Runner story?
Well, basically, I had been doing a couple things here and there at Marvel, and I met Mike Martz actually a year ago at C2E2, and went out for a drink and just started talking, and we stayed in touch. He said he wanted to try me out on something and give me an opportunity. And so when the Batman and Detective annuals came up, the idea was to introduce the French Batman in Paris. David Hein was going to be writing the lead story, but Mike thought there would be a great opportunity for a backup co-feature there that would deal with basically the Night Runner's origin. So we talked about it for a little bit. David Hein sent over some notes, and pretty much the direction I got was that he was going to be a French-Algerian Muslim, and I just kind of ran with it. So it was a lot of fun. Trevor McCarthy came on after the first issue, which was fantastic because it meant I could write the second part of it knowing he was the artist and knowing his strengths, and we got just an absolutely gorgeous double-page spread of Night Runner. It's very kind of almost J.H. Williams-esque, crashing through the Night Runner Batman symbol, which is also serving as the panel breakdowns. So, but yeah, and you know, from there, I guess Mike, you know, he didn't hate it, and he came to me with Scott, who had read the Night Runner backups as well, and he really responded to it. And we just started talking about different ideas, and Scott had this mini-series idea he wanted to do that would deal with more with some of the history of Gotham. But you know, Scott's doing American Vampire, he's doing Detective, so it was something that he wanted to bring a collaborator on with him. And so I'm writing it. Scott and I have story by credit, and we got Trevor back. So the team's all together, plus Snyder.
All right. So with Gates of Gotham, I mean, with Night Runner, you laid out the backstory of that character. Now with Gates of Gotham, you're almost essentially laying out a good chunk of Gotham's backstory, which is kind of a cool twist. You know, we've seen bits and pieces here and there of Gotham's history, but this is really with the four founding families of Gotham. And then the race between Gotham Metropolis to build the skyline, it's going to be something that we really haven't seen. What can you tell us about it?
Well, I mean, up to this point, especially in the Return of Bruce Wayne series, the different eras have been covered. But the era that always really fascinated myself, and I know Scott as well, is the Gilded Age. It's the 1880s. It's, you know, turn of the century, the building of the first skyscrapers in America. And there's a great opportunity there to both explore the history of the families, but also the history of these buildings. You know, a lot of people talk about Gotham as being a character unto itself, and I think what they're usually referring to is kind of the mood that Gotham creates, and how there are all these different sections of the city that Gotham can be whatever you need it to be, depending on what your story is. So I've been kind of taking that as a challenge to come up with, well, why do the areas exist where they're at? Why do the buildings exist where they're at? Who is the architect that kind of ran things after Cyrus Pinckney? So I think the fans are I think everyone's gonna really enjoy where we're going with it. I mean, I know as a fan myself, I've loved seeing all the glimpses of Gotham, whether it be, I know Scott mentioned in another interview, whether it be in Swamp Thing or whether it's in Return of Bruce Wayne, or even there was a story about the Destroyer in the early 90s. And so I've always latched onto that as well. So I just want to make sure that the present day story is pushing things, and it's not just a reason to have flashbacks. You know what I mean? So I'm working really hard to make sure that the current storyline with Dick Grayson and the Bat family is just as exciting.
Well, we loved you on Night Runner. We're going to love Gates of Gotham. The hype's already building up online. We're looking forward to it. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.